And now from lovely Three Forks, Montana, Todd the Vinyl Junkie, with a face for radio and a voice for silent movies. Now your host, the Vinyl Junkie himself, Todd.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Todd the Vinyl Junkie YouTube channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Sutherland Little Loco. Ronald Logan Sutherland started in the audio business, working with Gail Martin Sanders, helping him to build an electrostatic speaker in exchange for audio products from Gail's store. Using their middle names, they formed their new company, Martin Logan. You may have heard of them. After a few years of struggles and then becoming a successful company, Ron decided to start Sutherland Engineering. Designing and building phono stages for the audiophile listener became his full-time gig. The first Sutherland phono pre we owned was the battery-operated PH3D, using a whopping 16 D-cell batteries. For us, it was an impressive piece that got us involved in selling Sutherland's fine offerings. For many years, we have used various models of Sutherland phono stages in our shop and in our systems. We also use Sutherland phono stages at the trade shows we participated in. Both our customers and us here at Todd the Vinyl Junkie have always been very pleased with the results of using them in our systems. A few years back, Ron started building a new design for his phono pre's at the request and persistence of our mutual friend Chad Stelly. Chad pressed Ron to build a trans-impedance phono pre, to which Ron responded no, but the engineer in him thought, well, maybe. Ron's brain went to work trying to envision how this idea could become reality and sound great in the heritage of Sutherland products. Once the vision of how the circuitry would work became clear to Ron, the first prototype was built. Ron plugged it into his vinyl rig and magic proceeded out of his system. Though it sounded different, it sounded so good and musical. In 2017, Ron built a less expensive version of the Phono Loco called the Little Loco. A few years later, in 2020, a version 2 was built addressing the input connection. The Little Loco 2 is compatible with most low-output MC Phono cartridges on the market. A low internal resistance is also desirable. The simplicity of hooking up the Little Loco should not be overlooked. There is no need for cartridge loading setting. Conventional voltage amplifiers express gain in dB as the ratio between the input voltage and the output voltage. With the trans-impedance amplifier, input is current and the output is voltage. For that topology, gain is expressed in ohms. Gain is approximately 10k ohms at 1 kHz. Most low MC cartridges will work well at the medium gain setting. There is also a low voltage down 6 dB setting and a high voltage plus 6 dB setting. Sutherland Little Loco caught our ears a while back, and we think this phono pre is outstanding. While most current and modern phono preamps use voltage generated by an MC cartridge for amplification, the Little Loco and other trans-impedance amplifiers use the current generated by the cartridge. But Sutherland trans-impedance phono preamps are unique. They are not cluttered with features that are not necessary and only defeat musicality. The Sutherland phono preamps are elegant, simple, and focused on one thing, sounding the best they possibly can. Proven quality parts and design provide for the best possible sonics. A first trans-impedance stage is backed by a second Sutherland stage. Filtering, power supply, and layout back these two gain stages, creating a magnificent product for the audiophile listener, and most importantly, for the music lover. How to define a trans-impedance preamplifier? In short, the input signal comes from the current flowing through the cartridge, not the voltage from the cartridge. That current information is the input for a trans-impedance gain stage, i.e. the input signal is current and the output signal is voltage. The connections on the back panel of the Little Loco appear totally conventional. There is the usual IEC input for the power cord, a ground screw for grounding the turntable, and 2 RCA jacks for the input signal from the turntable. Finally, 2 RCA jacks deliver the output signal to your line-level preamp. The Little Loco is factory set to medium gain. That should work very well for most situations. The usual concerns about cartridge output voltage do not apply here. If you need to increase or decrease the gain, there are shunt connectors inside the units to set the gain at high, medium, and low. The Little Loco prefers to see a low output MC cartridge with low internal resistance. Cartridges of varied output voltage specs tend to supply about the same level of drive current into a short, i.e. higher output voltages usually have higher resistance while lower output voltages usually have lower resistance. In a virtual short, most deliver about the same current signal. The Little Loco measures 17 inches wide by 13 inches deep by 2 inches high, and it weighs in at a whopping 15 pounds. So what does the Little Loco sound like? The sound is refined, like a fine wine. It has beautiful, detailed highs. The mids are engaging and seductive, and the bass is deep, and some of the most realistic bottom end I have ever heard. It brought out the characteristics of each cartridge and let them do their thing as their creators intended. Music just flows from the Little Loco, effortlessly. Soundstaging and imaging are top-notch, with width and depth being excellent. Pinpointing where players and singers are in the mix is easy. The Little Loco fleshes out the greatness of a great recording and, of course, reveals the blemishes of a poor recording. We used a Libra Etna and Cleos SL, Ortofon Cadenza Bronze and Verismo, as well as the Shelter 501 Mark II, and all sounded excellent with the Little Loco. If I had one word to describe what listening to the Little Loco was like, I would say just pleasurable. It makes music fun. My system sounded relaxed, and thus the music helped me relax. If you want a natural, realistic presentation from your phono stage, the Little Loco is highly recommended by us. The Little Loco comes with a 5-year parts and labor warranty that is transferable.
Don't forget to visit the TTVJ Audio website and sign up for our newsletter. Keep up to date with new products, sales, and loaner programs. Thanks for watching.